One time for your mind. You know we ball all day. Just know we talk ball all day. Welcome to the full court press. Full court press. We got Danny Thompson on the mic, so just chill with the set. Ball all day. Just know we talk ball all day. Welcome to the full court press. Full court press. We got Danny Thompson on the mic, so just chill with the set.
It is now 9 o'clock Eastern Time, Tuesday, October 13th, 2015. You are listening to Full Court Press Radio, sponsored by SOFOELLC, here on the new FM 96.9 The Game here in Orlando. And I'm your host, Danny Thompson, checking in with you tonight. And for those who've never listened to this show, this is the fastest and the best 2 hours of NBA talk you're going to find anywhere on radio, with some of the best basketball writers, beat writers, personalities, and anybody who talks NBA calling in. And most importantly, we want you to call in. The number here is 407-916-8255 if you're in Orlando, or any place else across the country, toll free 800-729-8255. But I can't do this without, my big three. So sitting next to me in studio tonight is the editor-in-chief of NBAFCPRadio.com, and also my right-hand man, my man Paul Myers. Paul, what's up, man?
Yo, appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. We'll make sure it's a good one for you.
And the other part of the big three, the man in Philadelphia, the Sixers fan, also known as NBAFCPRadio.com's NBA draft expert and social media manager, Mark Johnson. Mark, what's going on, sir?
Man, shoot, these rankings are giving me a headache, but we're going to get into that.
And for those who say we don't know about the guests tonight we have on the show, we have Ronald Agers from ESPN True Hoop coming on at the 9:45 segment. And also in hour number 2, we're going to have Rosalind Ross of Lady Sings of Sports, Yahoo, Fan-Sided Journal, so many different places and organizations. And she's also a well-known actress as well, too, coming on in the second half of the hour, hanging out with us, talking about the Southwest Division, and Lowell Moore coming on at 9:35 Eastern Time, because we're coming up, guys, with a brand-new contest. And this time, if you thought the last contest was something, you should hear what this one's all about. So, guys, first and foremost, before we get into the show, we have one more piece of business. We want to give a shout-out to our good friends at SOFO LLC, the title sponsor of the show, John Hamilton and crew, as well as Jim Fouquet Realty, Late Night Parents, our good friends at Action Park in Orlando Water Sports Park, and our good friends at Hoop Culture, who's about to open their store up in the Fashion Square Mall in November. All right, guys. Mark said it first in the very beginning. Let's talk about some of these rankings. ESPN has come out with their top 100, basically 500 from top to bottom in the NBA, and they're still releasing players. And the big number this week was Kobe Bryant being number 93. Mark, you said it from the very beginning. Your thoughts on Kobe being number 93?
That's ridiculous. Especially seeing, the list where they are now, and you see names like Kyle Korver, Danny Green. Kyle Korver, listen, I'll tell you like this. There's 82 games in the season. I'll take Kobe playing 25 games total over Kyle Korver playing all 82.
Wow. That's a statement. I agree with you, Mark. I cannot believe Kobe Bryant. He didn't even make the top 50. We're talking about a top 50 greatest player of all time, and he can't make the current 50? Oh, come on, ESPN. What are you doing?
Let's list some of the names that are ranked in front of Kobe Bryant, because basically they've gotten to about number 50 on the list. So let's go down and see who's in front of him. Let's see. Boston has Marcus Smart in front of him.
Wow.
Okay. You have Nikolai Mirotic of the Bulls right in front of him, and Taj Gibson.
Taj Gibson?
Yes, Taj Gibson.
Like T-A-J Gibson? Like Taj?
Yeah, Taj Gibson, that guy. Wow. You have Andre Iguodala at 56.
Jeez.
Now, can I ask you a question? I got to ask y'all this question.
Okay.
Drew Holiday is ranked ahead of Kobe Bryant. How many games did he play last year?
And that's a good point.
Was he on the court? I don't remember.
And that's a good point, because you're going to see guys like Paul George that are going to probably, I would imagine he's going to crack the top 20, I would hope. Top 20, 25. Durant, there's no reason he doesn't crack the top 15, right? Top 10.
Yeah.
So why are they penalizing Kobe Bryant so poorly? 90, listen, again, for him to be above 50 is atrocious in the first place. They almost got him up to the century meter. Like I cannot believe that Kobe Bryant is 93rd. Right? 93, right?
93.
Oh, yeah, because I'd hate to slight him and say 97. I mean, what? 93 is ridiculous.
I mean, like he's 93 octane.
Right. Well, but maybe that's what they were going for. He's premium. He's premium gas.
I would take Lower Marion Kobe Bryant over a lot of these guys.
Andrew
come on.
Andrew Bogut's at 66 right now.
Come on, man.
I mean,
listen, ESPN always throws a disclaimer out there. You know, they try to base it on age and injuries and all this other stuff. I'm sorry, man. That does not justify ranking a legend that high. What Tim Duncan? Matter of fact, let's break from them for a second. Tim Duncan is number 11 on Sports Illustrated's.
I mean, everybody see. But the thing with Duncan is that it's a legendary award. Duncan,
there's the point.
Duncan still puts in work.
There's my point. Listen, when Kobe's on the floor, that guy's gonna put in buckets. There's nobody listening to this show that can tell you I'm a Kobe Bryant fan. I'm not. I can't even come up with a word. I have to create two words like flabbertrocious. I don't even know what to say. I cannot believe Kobe Bryant is 93 overall.
It's just
I don't get it.
Robin Lopez is 83.
That's again.
Robin Lopez is rated in front of Drew Holiday, Tyreek Evans,
and
Eric Gordon,
and that's another thing. Tyreek Evans being so high, I don't get it. He had a heck of a year last year. I mean,
You mean rated so low?
Huh?
You mean rated so low? You said so high.
Yeah, however you look at it, I guess. But for him to not be in the top 50 at least is insane.
And I'm like, Robin Lopez, I'm like, listen, Kobe dropped 81 in one game. I don't know if Robin Lopez drops 81 in a season.
Career?
Like,
I mean, I don't know.
Man. Oh, man. I'm sorry, Robin. I'm sorry I had to dish you like that, but I'm just saying we're talking Kobe Bryant here. My bad.
I mean,
sorry.
Just think about this. When Kobe's ranked 93, 92 was Luol Deng. Yeah. 94 was Trevor Ariza.
Oh, so that's the meter now. He's in between. He's in between Luol Deng and the Trevor Ariza, huh?
How many games did Luol Deng play?
I don't get it, man. I think we need to move away from ESPN. Clearly, they've lost all credibility in their NBA department. I mean, ESPN. Listen, there's a couple good critics and analysts that are talking right now that you really desperately need our help.
407-916-8255 is the number to call in and talk Kobe Bryant in his ranking, or 800-729-8255. Like I said, we can sit here and talk about these rankings all night long, but
absolutely.
I just overlooking the list ESPN's come up with. Like you said, Kyle Korver is number 53 on this list.
Right.
You know
what kills me about that is because you made a comment before the show. Y'all say what you will, Kyle Korver's an all-star.
Kyle Korver made the all-star team.
Hey, listen, that just goes right along with what I say about Kyle Korver all the time. He's not an all-star. I don't care that he made the all-star team. That does not make you an all-star, in my opinion. It just means that he basically got it as a participation award. You know, when you're playing track and field or field day in elementary, and you're a loser, you still get a participation award. That's kind of exactly. That's kind of what he got because there was nothing left in the East. They're like, let's throw a dart at the wall. Whoever's name it lands on is going to be an all-star.
I mean,
he plays on a winning team.
Yeah,
that's
come on.
Favorite criteria for putting somebody in the all-star game.
Yeah.
Everybody knows Vucevic should have been in the all-star game last year.
That's
he was like 22-10. And he didn't make it. Oh, well, he plays for Orlando, and they don't win a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I could have made a case that
puts in work.
I could have made a case that Oladipo should have made it over him. And listen, obviously I'm a Magic homer. But at the end of the day, I mean, these two guys are both they're both better players who were putting up good numbers.
Well, here's another great stat. We're talking about the Magic. The Magic had 4 players in the top 100.
Right.
So Vucevic was 55, Oladipo 58.
And that's insane.
Toby Harris was at 89. Elfrid Payton was 97.
Come on.
So Elfrid Payton was right on the level of Kobe Bryant. Nothing against Elfrid Payton. I love Elfrid Payton's game.
No, I think he's going to be great. I actually expect him to have a breakout year this year. But come on.
Nerlens Noel and Jahlil Okafor was rated in front of Kobe Bryant at this point in time.
How was Jahlil Okafor rated in front of anybody? He hadn't even played the game.
Karl Anthony Towns was 75.
He's the number one pick overall, and he's 75. I mean, it just kind of tells you what kind of wacky ratings you're dealing with.
Well, I
here.
mean, Ricky Rubio is 64. So you're telling me Ricky Rubio is better than Tyreek Evans or Drew Holiday?
Well, I mean, when that guy's on the court.
Ricky Rubio really better?
You know, but that's the thing. When he's on the court, he is. But that's the thing. You go back to it, and that my statement right there, when he's on the court, that's what they penalize Kobe for. And, you know, so I don't.
So, Paul, here we go.
I'm like, that.
Paul,
That's crazy.
Paul, Mark,
and my thing is, I'm like, listen, you got Karl Anthony Towns, Jahlil Okafor rated in the top 100. I'm not sure if they're the best big man in the draft class. Miles Turner.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bobby Portis. Yeah.
Bobby Portis. You know what? But here's one. Tristan Thompson's 59. Tristan Thompson is 59.
But
that was based off the playoffs. They didn't even consider the regular season.
They must not have.
Well, they couldn't have. It's just not. It's not possible.
It's not. I mean, Mozgov was 78. So you know, but you're going to tell me, Paul, as much as Ricky Rubio is on and off the court, he's better than Ty Lawson?
No.
No,
because he's ranked in front of Lawson.
If we're gonna go on last year, I mean, that was a just devastating year for Ty Lawson. I mean, as far as image and what you think of him as a player, if you're gonna base it on last year, you really do not think he's a good player. You know, if you look at his history, obviously you're like, oh yeah, the kid can play. But if you're basing it on last year, I mean, it's just a terrible year for him.
I mean, it's just one of those things where you look at the type of rankings that you have and. You know, they haven't gotten to the top 50 yet. So I'm looking at the list of guys they have not added to the list. I mean, you know, the Hawks have 3 players not listed.
Right. You're talking about Horford, Teague, and Millsap that are going to be up there.
Charlotte has 1.
Kemba.
No, actually, it's Al Jefferson.
Al Jefferson.
Because Kemba's rated number 4 on the Hornets, behind Batum and Kid Gilchrist. Bulls have 4. Cleveland has 3. Dallas has Nowitzki. Andre Drummond in Detroit. Golden State has 3 players. Houston has their 2. Indiana has Paul George. Clippers 3. Memphis has 3. Miami has 3.
So they have Zach Randolph still in the top 50, even though he's.
The Bucks have 4 in the top 50.
You see, and they're basing this on youth again. They're not consistent.
If we're
with these
talking
rankings.
Injury, you're telling me Jabari Parker is the top 50 player in the NBA?
No. He can't.
He's not even going to be ready for the season. Like when the season starts, he's not even going to be ready for that.
Wait. See, because I felt like I already saw Jabari. Jabari's name hasn't.
No, Jabari hasn't. The Bucks have 4 players.
I need to look back over the list. I could have swore I saw his name already.
No, he's not. I mean, Chris Middleton's in the top 50.
What?
So Jabari Parker's on the list.
So you have Monroe, Giannis, Middleton, and Jabari Parker in the top 50.
I mean, you might as well throw.
Man, I swear, these ESPN, I don't know what they're watching. I mean, apparently, they're not watching the NBA. You certainly didn't watch college because T.J. Warren torched Jabari Parker twice, in college, and he's going to be better than him in the pros too.
So if he ever gets off the doggone bench in Phoenix, my God.
I think he's getting off the bench this year.
I think so,
Jeff
too.
Hornacek is. He holds you back for about 2 years, and then he lets you play after that.
I think so, too.
I'm going to leave 2 more impressions on you guys. So basically, we look at this list, and we saw Chris Middleton in the top 50. So you're telling me Chris Middleton is better than Rudy Gay, who was ranked number 70 on this list. You're going to tell me that Chris Middleton is ranked better than Kobe Bryant. And
I don't even want to talk about Kobe anymore.
I'm just looking at the guys that are left on this list. Eric Bledsoe in Phoenix hasn't been nominated. Neither is Damian Lillard, DeMarcus Cousins.
I mean, those are accurate.
The 3 Spurs, Aldridge, Leonard, and Duncan.
Right,
Those
are
top
accurate. 50. Yeah.
But you're going to tell me
Chris Parker.
Parker was 54.
I thought he was in the 50s.
Here's a question: Chris Middleton's better than DeMar DeRozan? DeRozan was 52.
No, he's not.
That's crazy.
I mean.
Again, man, I understand what ESPN tries to do, but they're not consistent. They're trying to go on potential, and things of that nature, but it's just not consistent.
I just cannot understand somebody telling me that Chris Middleton is ranked higher than DeMar DeRozan, Rudy Gay. I'm not going to say Kobe any longer because it's irrelevant conversation this one, but he's rated higher than Vucevic, Oladipo.
Right. I mean, Vucevic is a walking double-double.
I mean, I know
he was completely disrespected on this list.
I know Vuce is not exactly the best defensive player in the world.
That doesn't matter.
I mean, but you're telling me Chris Middleton's better than Hassan Whiteside?
Yeah.